Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the latest album from Tirzah, Colourgrade. So this is the second full-length album from the experimental pop singer-songwriter Tirzah. Now, Tirzah's kind of been hanging around the music scene for years now, but I was really introduced to her in 2018 with her breakout debut album Devotion, which actually blew me away. The production on that LP was overseen by another favorite of mine, Mika Levy of Mikachu and the Shapes, and I found that project just to be super intoxicating overall. The very minimal instrumentation and repetitive song structures combined with her extremely passionate vocal performances just really clicked for me on that one. Now, Tirzah and Mika are back teaming up once again over here on Colourgrade, and they are doubling down on that minimal, stark sound. But this time it's just like not having the same effect on me, unfortunately. The vibe of this album is just so much more numbed out and emotionless in comparison to Devotion, and that shows up at times in these instrumentals, but also in her vocal performances, unfortunately, and it really just kneecaps the appeal overall. I think the track Tectonic is a good example of this. The beat on this one has a lot of fuzzy textures, which I do enjoy, but the loop on this one just totally gets staled out by the time the track finishes, and there's also this like high frequency pitch sound that kind of like is laced in there that gets pretty distracting. And what's kind of head scratching is like Tirzah's vocals on this one are mixed really high up, and she sounds super large but like very robotic sounding. I mean, I get it's going for this sort of like avant-garde left field R&B thing, but it just isn't enjoyable to listen to, really. The album's lone vocal feature comes again from Kobe Say, who showed up on Devotion, and the last time those two teamed up, I mean, it was fireworks, really. But this time around on Colourgrade, they're on the track Hive Mind, and it is easily the most annoying one on the project, I think. And that's mainly due to just those oddly placed vocals that come in and just kind of like yell, and they're so out of place sounding, it's like, what are they going for? And you also have tracks on here that see her going in even more of an impressionistic direction than you would have thought, like the title track, or also Crepuscular Rays, I don't know if I'm saying that right, which is kind of like the musical equivalent of like astral projecting. Now, yeah, that sounds really cool, but it's actually not. I mean, this track is essentially almost 6 minutes of like Tirzah sounding like she's warming up her vocals in a washing machine. Now, don't get me wrong, this album isn't all bad. I mean, it does turn out some decent tracks in the bunch, like the track Send Me, which sounds like it would have fit snugly on Devotion. Her vocal performance overall is just so much more passionate and less robotic sounding, and I do like the way that the guitar and drums play off of each other on this one in a much more engaging and captivating fashion that locks you into the groove. I feel similar about the following track, Sink In, even though if I'm being completely honest, it's a rehashing of Send Me with just slightly different instrumentation, but I do prefer these tracks compared to almost everything else in the bunch here. Also, the track Recipe does have a pretty nice instrumental that does stand out amongst the rest. There are huge swells of bass on this one with a lot of layered noise in there that's really cool sounding, even though is it the best song though? So yeah, I mean, I guess overall this album really just wasn't for me, unfortunately. Whether it's like the songwriting on here not offering much in the way of a progression across of these tracks, or just the very generally numbed out and robotic kind of vibe I'm getting off of the vocals. And I mean, she does toy around with some new like sounds and textures on here, but she doesn't really bring them far enough down the rabbit hole to really like have an impression on me. Yeah, I don't know, there just wasn't really much on this project that really left me wanting to return to it, unfortunately. And with that being said, I'm feeling a 5 over here on Colourgrade. So for all you collectors out there, there is a limited Sunshine Yellow pressing that's up still on Domino's website. I'll also have links down below to her Bandcamp if you want to support her directly. And if you have listened to Colourgrade already, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and share, and if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.